Munchies, welcome to the channel if you're new, or if you're not, I'm Alicia and I'm so glad you're here. Today I am going to make a classic snack that is so nostalgic for me, animal crackers. And no, we're not just making any animal crackers, we are also going to make iced versions as well. And I have to say, I am pretty proud of how these turned out, and dare I say that they might even be better than the store-bought kind. I'll let you decide. Let's get started. In a bowl, use your hand mixer to cream together butter and sugar. Once that's mixed, add in an egg, honey, vanilla extract, salt, baking soda, and cinnamon. Then add flour and mix to combine until a dough forms. Form the dough into a disc, wrap it in plastic wrap, and transfer to the freezer to firm up. Cut the disc in half and place one half back in the fridge, and then roll the other half out between two sheets of parchment until it's nice and thin, about 1/8 to 1/4 inch thick. Now, if your dough softens too much during this time, put it back into the fridge or freezer for 5 to 10 minutes to firm up again. Now it's time to cut out our dough into animal shapes. I got these cute little animal shaped cookie cutters on Amazon, and I'll link them below. To use, you first want to dip your cutters into flour to avoid sticking to the dough. Then press the cutter down into the dough to cut out the full outline of the animal shape. Then use the plunger to press the animal lines and texture onto the cookie. With practice, I found what worked best was to remove the cookie dough around the cutter and then remove the entire cutter with the dough and cookie inside, and then use the plunger again to press out the cookie. It took some finagling to find the best rhythm, but this worked really well for me. I will say, this remake is not your quick Tuesday night cookie recipe. All right, it does require some patience and mindfulness, and I actually love that part of it. I loved feeling the dough in my hands and smelling it as it worked, and feeling joy as I saw those little animal cutout shapes, and the excitement too as they baked. So once you get enough cut out and transferred to a baking sheet lined with parchment, they're ready to go into the oven. Once baked, allow to cool completely on a wire baking rack. These are adorable and delicious, and the dough is really easy. The process of cutting them takes some patience, but it's really worth it, in my opinion. They have got just the perfect crunch and just enough sweetness, and being so present while making the crackers, I found I really enjoyed eating them that much more too. Animal crackers are a food that is easy to zone out and just eat one after the other, and before I know it, they're all gone. So with these homemade ones, it inclined me to slow down and appreciate and really notice what I was eating and the details of each and how it tasted and the joy that they brought me. If you want to take these to the next level, you can make iced animal crackers. But first, before I show you that, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell for more videos all the time. To make the icing, add milk to powdered sugar, about a tablespoon at a time until you get the right consistency. It should be just barely runny enough to drip off a fork or spoon, but if you want it like the classic store-bought cookies, keep that icing relatively thick overall. I'm also making a second bowl of icing and using a drop of red food dye to make it pink, just like the classic iced animal crackers. Dip your animal crackers into that glaze so that they're completely submerged, and then I used a fork to lift them out, drizzle off or drip off the excess, and then place them onto a baking rack or parchment sheet. Oh, and don't forget some sprinkles, all right? Be sure to add them before the icing hardens so that they'll stick. Look how adorable! They look just like the ones I remember from my childhood, and they taste even better. The icing adds an extra level of indulgence, but I think it's totally worth it. Iced animal crackers were one of my favorite special sweet treats as a kid, and I didn't get them often, so these really took me back. What's a store-bought snack that you loved as a child? I am always looking for inspiration to recreate some of these nostalgic items, so comment below and let me know. Thank you so much for joining me today. Head to mindovermunch.com for these recipes and more. I'll see you next time, and remember, it's all a matter of mind over munch.